What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have a diagnosis. We have results. We have an explanation. As undefeated, 5-time world champion, 3-division world champion, superstar boxer, who is widely considered to be one of the faces and one of the cash cows in the sport of boxing, Gervonta Tank Davis. 30 wins, no losses, no draws. 28 big wins by way of knockout. At 30 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. The fight that the world is demanding from Gervonta Tank Davis is a fight between himself and undefeated Olympic silver medalist. And let me say this, I continue to say and mention silver medalist because I had people say I mentioned silver medalist as it's something to be proud of. It is something to be proud of because he was absolutely robbed of the gold medal. So Olympic silver medalist, 3-division undefeated world champion, former unified super featherweight world champion, and reigning WBC lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, Shakur Stevenson, who has 22 wins, no losses, no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout, 27 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. That's the fight that people want to see. They want to see Gervonta Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson. Hands down, point blank, period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is the demand that the people want, right? And Gervonta Tank Davis's team and Gervonta Tank Davis are making it clear they don't like the style matchup. Most recently, Gervonta Tank Davis, he made a statement that he never said he had to fight Shakur Stevenson before he retired. And then he made the statement, what did Shakur Stevenson done in the sport of boxing? And that Shakur Stevenson is boring. Cold word, you don't like the matchup. Then his team comes out and they state, his longtime trainers, mentors, big brother, father, uncle figures, who are extension of him, come out and they say that the WBA super featherweight world champion, star boxer out of DC, that Tank Davis is going to fight March 1st, Lamont Roach Jr., is more skilled, higher ring IQ, smarter, and more dog fighter than Shakur Stevenson, with a record of 25 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 10 wins by way of knockout, same amount of knockouts. 29 years of age, so he's older than Shakur. And he lost to a man that Shakur Stevenson easily dispatched of, and that was Jamel Herring. He got dropped by Jamel Herring and lost to Jamel Herring. Shakur Stevenson absolutely dominated Jamel Herring. Dominated Jamel Herring for his title and took the title from him after Lamont Roach lost to Jamel Herring. Nonetheless, they go on to say that he's a better fighter. Now, Shakur Stevenson has a fight coming up February 22nd, Saudi Arabia. And he's going to fight undefeated lightweight star title contender Floyd Schofield Jr., who has 18 wins, no loss, no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout, 22 years of age, 5'8", 5'7" with a 68-inch arm reach. Right? And many people are claiming that it's too early. It's too soon for Floyd Schofield. He's simply not ready for Shakur Stevenson. Many people feel this way. Not Gervonta Tank Davis's team, as they state now that this is going to be a close fight for Shakur Stevenson, a hard-fought fight, but Shakur Stevenson is going to edge it out in the end. Edge it out? Edge it out? Right? This gives credence, and it gives an excuse to not fight Shakur Stevenson. That's what it does. It gives the excuse, well, he didn't look good. He struggled with a young fighter who's done nothing in the sport of boxing, never fought for a world title, never been a world champion, right? It gives credence to that, right? So it gives another rhyme and reason and excuse why Shakur Stevenson doesn't have to fight or why Gervonta Tank Davis doesn't have to fight Shakur Stevenson. They're hoping. See, the best thing that happened to them is that Shakur Stevenson wasn't exciting and didn't look exciting against Edwin De Los Santos. He had a lackluster performance. And his performance against our team Haritanian, who just chose not to come to fight, because he didn't have a dominant performance. Well, he dominated him, but it wasn't quote unquote exciting, right? It wasn't crowd pleasing, and he didn't get a knockout, right? Again, it gave credence to them not to fight Shakur Stevenson because Shakur Stevenson is boring. He don't sell. Well, Shakur Stevenson sells more than Lamont Rose Jr. You fighting Lamont Rose Jr., right? But they're hoping and praying that Shakur Stevenson struggles with Floyd Schofield and he's in a tough fight. So that way they have an excuse and they have an out to say, see, why we got to fight him? He struggled. And now to combat that, right, they're quote unquote reached out to Keyshawn Davis because Tank also said that Keyshawn Davis looked better than Shakur Stevenson in his last fight, but then said he still ain't do nothing. But he reached out, according to sources, they said Keyshawn said this. I didn't hear Keyshawn, but they reached out to Keyshawn to make a fight. Keyshawn gonna fight Dennis Baranchik February 14th at Madison Square Garden for his first title opportunity, who's the WBO champion, right? In Madison Square Garden. And they quote unquote kicked the tires to see about a fight with Keyshawn and Tank Davis. They did the same thing with Shakur. What's the difference? They never fought Shakur. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. They hoping Shakur struggles with Floyd Schofield so they justifies not fighting him. And that's all I got for y'all. Find me on Instagram. I'm gone. Peace.